Hello, Dao Yinners. Glad you could make it this morning. I'm going to be doing one of my very favorite movements, which is I call welcome breath. It's to help the respiratory system open up the lungs, relax the diaphragm, just get some movement through the shoulders and the lung channel, which is the external pathway of the primary channel for the lungs. In Chinese medicine, starts at the shoulder, and then it comes down this part of the arm where the hairy part of the arm meets the smooth skin, through the elbow and up through to the thumb, the corner of the thumb. So we'll be stretching that channel with this movement. This is a great practice to do if you have a common cold or a flu, or any condition where your lungs are compromised, bronchitis, pneumonia. It might elicit coughing, which is great. So if there's any residual phlegm in your lungs, this movement is going to help it move out. So for more information, it's on page 98 of my book, To Be Like Water, which you can get through any bookseller. But come on down, let's practice together. So all Dao Yin practices start with a body scan, or at least all of them the way I teach it. So as you come down to rest on the ground, you might find that it can be useful and skillful to have a little bit of cushion under the head, just to position your head in line with your spine. I prefer not to, and I'm very comfortable having my head resting on the floor. So you find what works for you. If you need a little cushion under the head, take it. Otherwise, if you can come to rest without it comfortably, then please do that. And the same goes for the legs. We're going to stretch the legs out. And if you find that you need some cushion behind the knees to comfort your lower back, then you can take a little cushion. But again, make it minimal. So as you come to rest on the earth, we're getting a baseline of how we are in this moment. You can feel how some parts of the body are resting on the floor. Quite clearly. Other parts not so much, and some parts feel quite lifted away from the ground. So you're just taking an inventory and noticing, how am I relating to the earth right now? Do I come to rest on it fully, or are there some places that are not quite resting on it yet? We'll see what happens with the movement. And the other thing you can tune into is your breathing. So as the air is flowing in, where does it land? Where do you feel your body receiving and responding to the breath most clearly? It might be your nose or your throat, your upper chest, it might be your ribs, it might be your upper abdomen or your lower belly. And you just check in for yourself. Where do I feel the breath moving most clearly right now? And let a hand come to rest on that space, wherever it is. And we'll see if that changes as we do the movement. Okay, so you can just gently roll your legs in and out, and we'll draw them into the chest. If it's okay, you can hug your knees into your chest, maybe rock a little side to side, and we're actually going to come to roll and rest onto the right side. And again, here as you come to rest on the right side, you may find that your head is quite comfortable resting on the ground. But if it's not comfortable on your neck, then you take your cushion and come to rest. We're going to have our arms straight out in front, palm to palm. And our knees are tucked up level with the belly button. Here, as we inhale, we can lift that top arm up to the sky and open to the space to the left. I'm turning my head and my eyes to follow my hand as best as I can. And you move only within your easy range of movement. You might meet the boundary of your comfort. That's great, but don't push past it. Exhale and take your hands together. So we'll do that a couple of times. Inhaling, follow the left hand with your head and your eyes. Your head is heavy, rolling on the ground or on your cushion. And then exhaling to close up. There are lots of versions of doing this. You can make up your own, and the one in my book is a little different. So inhale, open up. Going only as far as it's appropriate for you. And then exhale to close. So now we'll do a different set of 3. Resting here, you can just breathe naturally for a moment. We're going to inhale and hold our breath in. Hold the breath while you make the movement just with the arm. Stretch that thumb away so you feel you're activating that lung channel. And you just go as far as you can go comfortably. When you get there, exhale, turn your head and eyes into the twist. Let yourself twist a little more. And then inhale, coming back. Sip a little more air and hold it, creating tension. Move just the arm. And exhale, turning the head and eyes. See if you twist a little more. Inhale, palm to palm. Stretch that lung channel from the shoulder to the thumb. Sip a little more air. Hold the breath. Just move the arm. Creating restriction here. Tension. And then exhale. Open into the twist. And inhale to close up. So we'll do one more set of 3. This one will just be exhaling with a whoosh out the mouth and just flop into the twist as comfortably as you can. Breathing in and then just flop. Inhale, palm to palm. And flop. Now maybe you don't feel safe to flop completely. Then you can have a little more control, but over time you really let that flop happen. And last time, flop. And then inhale. Coming to put the palms together. We're going to roll onto the back. And we're going to stretch out again. Check it out. You are now once again resting with your back on the ground. Has the contact, the quality of contact of your back body on the ground changed at all? Is more of you resting on the ground? Or less? Or maybe it's about the same? Does one side feel longer than the other, or maybe wider or expanded? Does one lung feel longer or bigger? As you breathe in and out, where do you feel that breath landing in your body most clearly? Maybe it's the same place as when we started, maybe not. Just tuning the mind into the body, noticing what's here for you now. Then we'll roll the legs, hug the knees, Rock a little side to side. And we'll come and do the other side. So you can roll onto the left side. The arms are in that same stretched out position in front of the chest. And the head is either resting on the ground or on a low cushion. Knees are level with the belly button. We'll inhale, float that right arm up, follow it with your head and eyes all the way as far as you can go comfortably, any amount, opening to the right. And then exhale, close it up. Feel the stretch. You can reach your thumb away from you as you stretch through that lung channel. Also, where else do you feel this stretch? Maybe in your hips, your waistline. Exhaling to close. One more time, inhaling. Follow the arm with the head and eyes. Any amount. Feeling a stretch through the neck, maybe the armpit. Exhale and close. This time we inhale. Inhale as much as you want. Hold that breath and just move that top right arm. Go only as far as it feels comfortable. That stretch feels good to you. Then when you get there, exhale. Maybe you twist a little more. Inhale, palm to palm. Sip a little more air. Hold the breath, move just the arm up and over. Feel the stretch. Exhale. Oh, I just got some little adjustments in my spine. Inhale to close. Sip a little more air, hold it. Last time, right arm comes up and open. And exhale. Twist a little more, quite naturally, not forcing anything here. Inhale, close it up. Out the mouth with a whoosh, flop. Inhale up. And out the mouth. Flopping as much or as little as you're comfortable. Inhale up. Palms to touch. And exhale. Everybody comes into the twist. Head, eyes, arm. And inhale, palm to palm. Rolling onto your back. I'd love to hear what versions you come up with. Because here we have some guidelines, but this is all about ultimately meeting yourself, where you are, how you are now. And you might spontaneously come up with some of your own movements to help open the lungs and release the diaphragm and clear the lungs of any residual phlegm, sadness, grief. Judgment. These are all correspondences of the lungs in Chinese medicine. So here, as you come to rest, noticing how you are resting on the ground now, what parts of you are clearly being supported by the ground, and has anything changed for you? I'm noticing that the backs of my arms are now clearly resting on the floor, the backs of my wrists and hands, and they weren't when I started. So how about for you? What do you notice? It's okay if nothing's changed. It's really just about paying attention. to the effects of the movement. How about your breathing in your lungs? Where's your breathing space now? And it might be throughout your body, not just in one place. You can rest your hands there. Just enjoy this. As you rest here, you might find more and more of you starts to release and relax onto the ground. Okay. Super. You can roll the legs, arms and head. We'll take the knees in again. Give a little rock. I'm so glad you could join me today. Please subscribe. I don't know what that does. I'm really quite a dork when it comes to videotaping. I'm so glad you joined me, and thank you for taking the time. And again, if you want more information about these and lots of other poses, they're in To Be Like Water. Okay, be well. See you next time.